Dread it, run from it, destiny will always arrive, just like I have arrived. And now it's time for me to take my rightful place upon the throne. You know, many a men will win something as big as this, and they will come out here and say, I never believed I could do it. I've always believed I could do it.
What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope having a blessed Thursday. If you're watching this, before I get started with this week's review for NXT. Yeah. Just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. At 334 on YouTube. Like 89 or some shit. Rumble. So again, I thank you. Without further ado, because this review is already late as it is, because I usually upload the day, like the next day the show comes out. So let's get into it. So they start off by recapping all the events that transpired at New Year's Eve last week. And I see people, they're bragging about how NXT drew, what was it, 700,000 people last week in viewership. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you had The Rock, Dwayne Johnson on your show, and you still couldn't get over 1 million in viewership. Not good. Not good at all. Right? We start off the show with the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT World Heavyweight Champion, Liura Oba Femi. Right, crowd, you know, we're doing that the whole ooh, the Oba, as they should. Right, because Oba is the man here in NXT. He grabs the mic, he says, you can dread it, you can run from it, you can hide from it, but destiny will always arrive. And now it's my rightful place to sit on the throne. There's lots of men that'll win this championship. They'll come out here and they'll say, I never believed I could do it. Not me. I always believe I could do it. And I'm like, there you go. See, that's what wrestling needs. Right? More badasses as champion. So automatically, you know, 1 minute into this promo, he is better than the American Cuck, Cody Perez, and the Ring General. He says, I told all of you that I've been backed by destiny since the moment I stepped foot in NXT. And people thought it was a catchphrase, a gimmick, a joke. I've been backed by destiny when I won the breakout tournament. I've been backed by destiny when I won the North American Championship. I've been backed by destiny when I become the longest reigning North American champion. And I for damn sure been backed by destiny now that I've won. I've obtained the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. And some of the crowd was like, you deserve it. And some couple haters, got a couple haters in the crowd. They were like, no, he don't. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yes, he does. Now, I do feel sorry for Trick Williams. Mr. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Yeah. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. I like it. Oh, yeah, man. I do feel bad for him, like, honestly, because he's a two-time NXT World Heavyweight Champion, but both his reigns were short. Both were cut short, you know what I mean? As compared to other champions, you know? So at this point, what do you do with Trick Williams? Does he stay in NXT? I mean, he's pretty much done all there is to do. Is it time to call him up to the main roster? You know, under the supervision of the Pelican, Noseman, the Croc, Paul Levesque, aka Triple H. I'm like, I sure as fuck don't trust him. You kidding me? Like, you see what the fuck he's doing with Street Profits? Like, we haven't seen them in fucking months. Fucking Carmelo Hayes, he's a complete jobber on SmackDown. So what? So you have Trick Williams, he gets drafted to Raw, and then best believe he'll be dropping out to a song like Ludwig Kaiser or fucking like Chad Gable in no time. So yeah, I don't know what you do with Trick Williams. I don't know. I don't have any trust in Triple H to push him. So, and he's pretty much, I don't want to be stagnant here in NXT. So I don't know. But what I do know is that we are in the era of Deruda Obafemi. He then goes on to roast Eddie Thorpe, calling him a worm, just a cockroach. No matter how many times you stomp him out, just keeps worming his way back in. Alright? Then he gets interrupted by the Don here in NXT, the reigning, defending, undisputed North American champion, Tony D'Angelo. He comes out, he says, "Hey Oba, how you doing? Congratulations, you won the big one. I was in the back with the family. I couldn't help but listen to you list off all your accomplishments. My favorite accomplishment of yours is you being the longest reigning North American champion. Now, when it comes to this belt, it's the Don 2, the Ruler 1. I was the guy to defeat you. And when I challenged you for that NXT World Heavyweight Championship, we both know that I'm gonna walk out of this ring and become the double title Don." Hope then says, "Tony, I see you got your confidence back. But wasn't it just last week when you got your ass dog walked by Santa Claus? So instead of worrying about me, maybe you should be more concerned about defending your own North American Championship." Tony then says, "Don't you worry about me, Oba. Nobody gets over on the Don. There's going to be consequences, and I'll take care of Rich Holland. Don't you worry." He gets interrupted by Rich Holland. He comes out with a belated Christmas gift for the Don, which is a picture in frame of him getting his ass whooped by Santa Claus. So these two start brawling on the outside. You know, the top flight security comes to break them up. And then we see Eddie Thorpe coming out. He attacks over from behind, his drop kick, gets a snap EDT, then raises the title talking his shit. And this is the closest Eddie Thorpe will ever be to holding the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. And that's all that happened here, so we move on. We then go backstage in the locker room with the fellas. We see it's not confidence, it's all ego. Mr. Ethan Page talking with Dante Chen. He was like, "Hey Dante, like, hey, how was your week last week? You know, mine was fantastic. You know, I was hanging out with DJ. Oh, you don't know, that's Dwayne Johnson." Dante is about to talk. Ethan then says, "It doesn't matter what you did." You know, and then Dante was like, "This motherfucker." Like this. Dante was like, "Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you here, especially after what you did to Javon and Cedric." Ethan was like, "Oh, you know, was it, you know, me breaking his jaw? Or was it the fact that he has to talk through the wire?" Right? Dante pushes him, you know, and then like Hank and Tank, you know, they try to cool off Dante. He was like, "I'm cool, I'm chill. I'm gonna go down to AVOD and make the match." Ethan was like, "Good." And that's it. So we move on to the next match, which is Stephanie Van Kier coming out for her entrance. The sexy goat demon, the Chilean dime piece herself. Where they go to commercial, we get back. We see, usually they do this shit in the beginning. For some reason, they're doing it in like towards the middle of the show, I guess. I don't fucking know why. But guess who we see walking into the building? He's sexy. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! I am for real. Mr. Carl Jackson, the Legend of Flash. Then we see Unholy Union and Isla Dawn's fine ass and Alba Fire. And then we see no longer the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Women's World Champion, Roxanne, who's supposed to give some announcement regarding her future. When we get back, we see Shotzi Blackheart make her entrance. One thing I want to mention for Stephanie's theme song, garbage. Absolute garbage. It's just more generic Def Rebels, CFO trash. That's the type of track you'll hear if you're playing fucking WWF Attitude or Warzone when you're trying to make a creative wrestler. You know what I mean? With all the like generic, like they'd be like Digital One or like Beat 2 or some shit like that. It's definitely garbage day. I mean, and Shotzi isn't much better herself, but you know, it is what it is. And we get the match. And I must say, it was better than I anticipated. Right? Shotzi has come a long way. Right? Because I remember the days of her getting completely dog walked by Ronda Rousey on SmackDown. That whole feud was abysmal. Hot garbage. Like, with all the botches, man, fuck out of here. Like, Shotzi looked unathletic, uncoordinated, like, sluggish and awkward in the ring. You know, now she looks more comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, she's still unathletic, but now she's able to hide it better, if that makes sense. And plus, she's in there, one of the best workers in the women's division right now is Stephanie Van Kier, right? A woman that busted her ass down at CMLL AAA, right? And she did a good job of slowing herself down so that Shotzi can keep up. There's a good amount of technical wrestling in the match. The spot of the match was when Stephanie does like the repeated face smash that she does with her legs. Booker T in commentary, he's like, yeah. Booker T is a whole damn fool, man. Like, how can you not enjoy him on commentary, man? He's fucking hilarious. He's exactly what he needs to be, and that's entertaining. We're gonna fast forward to the finish. We see JC Jane, she gets involved, right? Stephanie and Shotzi do like a double headbutt, knock her ass out. Stephanie hits the ropes. Fallon Henley goes against her back for a title. Shotzi rolls her up in the schoolboy for the 1, 2, 3. So Shotzi wins, beating Stephanie. That's some nasty work, but I mean, does anybody really believe that Shotzi's gonna beat Fallon Henley? And what is it, 2 weeks from now? Nah. Right? Ain't gonna happen. But we move on. We go backstage in the locker room area, or lounge area, with all the lovely ladies here in NXT. Where I see the sexy Sol Ruca talking to the sexy Kalani Jordan. Sol Ruca was like, listen, you know, I know shit's been rough for you, but hey, you know, things will pick back up. Kalani was like, I don't know what we can do. Lazaria, I think that's her name. She was like, listen, what you need to do is take all that loser energy and flip it on its axis, right? Use it to your advantage so you can pick back up where you left off. Like, you were the first women's North American champion here in NXT. Cora Jade then shows up. She was like, not if I can help it. If it wasn't for your jobber ass, I would have been number one contender for the women's North American championship last week. And this year, I'll win a singles championship before you win another. Because all you are is still that same little girl from Florida. And then Kalani then says, what the 5 fingers side of the face? Slaps the shit out of Cora Jade and tells her, I'm not the same little girl. And like, you damn right. You know, put her ass in her place. The fuck you talking to? Huh? She's the first women's North American championship. You know, don't get it twisted. Alright? The fuck has Cora Jade ever done, huh? Besides being CM Punk's old Phil Brooks side piece. Get the fuck out of here. Alright? We move on, they go to commercial, and then we see Stephanie Van Kier. She's on Demon Time. I have no clue what was being said here, so I'm gonna ad-lib, you know what I mean? Improvise. So Stephanie, the sexy goat demon chick, sees JC Jane, you know, pins her against the wall. She's like, where's Fallon? JC was like, I don't know. You know, pushes her down, you know, storms through the hallways, sees Chemical X. He's like, have you seen Fallon? Man, no, they're like, I don't know. What the fuck you asking me for? She then continues to storm the hallways, and we see this sexy ass woman in this red dress. And in my Booker T voice, who the hell is that? Because, ooh-wee! She fine as hell. Right? Like, I've never seen this woman a day before in my life. And I'm just thinking to myself, where does Shawn Michaels find these women? Where? Like, this is the reason why NXT has the best women's division on the planet. It's not even close. As of right now, you'd be like NXT number 1, AEW number 2, then be like Stardom number 3, and then Mario number 4. She then sees Mr. All Ego. Ethan says, why don't you turn that frown upside down? and he walks to the entrance or grill position, getting ready for his match against Dante Chen here tonight. Moving on, backstage we see the ruler of NXT, Obafemi, talking with the final boss here in NXT, Ava. Oba says, give Eddie the damn match. I want to get my hands on him and destroy him. Where Ava was like, look, I'm not going to give him a championship match for attacking you. That's not how we do things here. And then we see Robbie E. Mr. Stone. He was like, listen, Oba, my man, you the champ. Listen, Eddie is playing you like a fiddle, man. Don't fall for this. You the champ, man. And then Oba picks him up, picks him up like a fucking ragdoll. All right, Ava was like, put him down, put his ass down. All right, and then Stevie was such an antagonist, just like egging him on. But like, don't put him down, keep him up. Like, and Ava was like, look, you got the damn match. Next week, you versus Eddie Thorpe for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. All right. Oba puts him down, and Stevie was like, why'd you put him down? Pick him back up. And that's all that happened here for this segment. So we move on. We go back to the ring. We see Dante Chen making his entrance look like a Mortal Kombat 1 character. And the match was decent. Right. Gonna fast forward to the finish, which was Mr. All Ego hitting the diamond cutter to Mr. Chen for the 1, 2, 3. Right. After the match, All Ego then proceeds to crush this man's ankle into 1,000 pieces. Completely shatters it by smashing it into the steel steps. He says, stay out of my business. All right. And then we see poor Dante, just complete agony. Man was like 2.5 seconds away from crying. All right. And then you see Ethan just staring at him. Right, just looking at him like a fucking savage. Then we see the young OG. He gets involved, tries to fight Mr. All Ego. Ethan lands a lucky shot, drops his ass, and he says, oh, you can't smile now, huh? Can you? Why don't you smile, young OG? Smile. I'm like, damn. Like, I don't know, when the hell did Ethan Page become such a savage? What did I miss? You know what I mean? Like, god damn. But that's all that happened here, so we move on. Next, we see D. Rula, Obafemi. He's walking through the backstage area. He sees Mr. Dion Lennox, a.k.a. Carmelo Hayes, combined with Jason Jordan. He is like, hey, congratulations, champ. But one day, I'm going to challenge you for that belt. Oba just looks at him and just walks away. There, moving on, we see Mr. Sean Spears talking with Adriana Rizzo. Sean says, like, I know just exactly how important you are to family, but does a family feel the same way about you? Rizzo ain't trying to hear it. Izzy Dame shows up. She says, shut the hell up, Spears. Get the hell out of here. Adriana says, I need your help. Izzy says, we're even. Moving on, we see Ashanti D. Adonis talking with his still bunny, Carmen Petrovic. He's like, hey girl, I'm a new man, it's a new year. I got something for you. Right? Hands her a big ass rose. Carmen accepts it and she says it's about damn time. Gives him a big ass kiss. So Mr. Adonis here in 2025 is winning. Moving on, we see DIY here in NXT for some fucking reason. I don't know. Alright, I guess they're here to challenge or scope out Fraxium. Been doing their thing here in NXT. I don't give two shits about what Chuck E. Cheese, aka Johnny Gargano, has to say. Alright, wrong channel. Okay, I tell you that right the fuck now. So we're keep it moving. For our next match is to determine who's going to be the number one contenders for the women's tag team titles on the main roster. First, we had Metaphor coming out with I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Mr. Carl Jackson and the legend that is Lash. Right? They're going up against Unholy Union. Alright? With the Sexy Isla Dawn and Out of Fire. And I have to say, this was a good ass match. Like, I was not expecting this match to be that good. Right? I don't know who the hell Jakara has been training with, but it's working. Those two look great out there. Right? Fast forward to the finish, which was them hitting their tag team finisher. It was like pretty much a wheelbarrow suplex into like a face buster or like a cutter, basically, for the 1, 2, 3. So Metaphor goes over. They're number one contenders for the Women's World Tag Team Championships, and hopefully they win. They gotta win, all right? Sorry, Naomi. Sorry, Bianca. But I'm all for Lash and Jakara to get the dub here. Moving on, we see James Mitchell. Oh, my bad. Lexus King talking with the final boss here at NXT, Ava. And quick side note. This dude's beard is insane. Like, how is it even crazier than the last time I seen him? Like, his beard has its... that shit has a mind of its own. Like, absolutely fucking insane. Right? Lexus was like, man, it feels so good to be the Heritage Cup winner. Alright? Then we see Ren Sinclair, Charlie Dempsey. They were in a rematch. Ava says, yes, you got your rematch next week. And then we hear some loud ass banking on the garage door. Go outside. Turns out it's the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, still fighting with Rich Holland outside. That's one thing I love about NXT. There's always something going on. There's someone getting to a fight, getting their ass whooped, something. Right? That's why I love the chaos. Right? We move on to the next match. We see Kalani Jordan coming. Now, we see Muda Russia. And she's just laying in the cut, just chilling. Didn't get much of a reaction, but I don't think she cared. You know what I mean? Like, she's just chilling, checking out the competition. See Core J coming up. We had the match. It was okay for what it was. And fast forward to the finish, which was Core raking the eyes behind the referee's back. See Kalani hits some sloppy looking double arm DDT for the 1, 2, 3. So Core J goes over for Kalani Jordan. It is what it is. Next, we see an Instagram of Eddie Dork, who just ran like a marathon because all you kept hearing was like, I'm like, bro, what? Why are you breathing so heavy, man? What the fuck's this guy doing, man? He's like, Oba, see, I told you, that's what happens. I'm in your mind, rent free. I'm like, bro, fucking breathe, man. The fuck? What's going on with this dude, man? The fuck? Moving on, we see Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura, right from Noah. It's funny how Josh breaks up with Brooks Jensen because he wanted to be his own man, so be right back to a tag team. I mean, like, I'm sorry, that's funny though. Right? They're chopping it up with Fraxium. Right? Yoshiki says, like, you are too busy with OTM. Right? Josh was like, we're putting your asses on notice. We're coming after those NXT tag team titles. Then we see Out the Mud, they show up. He's like, how the hell y'all ain't? Now we got next. We've been after those NXT tag team titles for day one. And tonight, them shits will be ours. Right? And then Yoshiki says, like, I'm no comedian, and then attacks Out the Mud, and they fucking start brawling. Everyone just starts fighting just cuz. Just fuck it. It's on site. You know. Next we see a tweet from Whoop That Trick. Oh yeah, man. Mr. Trick Williams. He says needs to figure out what his next move's gonna be. I mentioned this earlier because I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you do with Trick, man. Like he's been in NXT for a minute. I don't trust him to go to fucking Raw because, like, what he's gonna watch him join fucking Raw and join New Day to take fucking Ozzy Jones' place. Watch Triple H do some fuck shit like that. I would not be surprised, right? So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Trick, man, but I wish him the best of luck. I really do. But that leads us to the main event, right? Which was Out the Mud versus Fraxium for the NXT Tag Team titles. This was easily the match of the night. Right? These guys were going crazy. I mean, It was a certified banger, right? But fast forward to the finish, which was Frazier hitting the frog splash to Mr. Price on the announce table. We see Axiom hits the avalanche Spanish fly to Bronco. He then hits the golden ratio, I guess, like the jumping kick that he does for the 1, 2, 3, right? And still, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxium. Then we see DIY, Chuck E. Cheese, and Ciampa. No, they're looking slightly impressed. So we're gonna get DIY versus Fraxium at some point, and I hope Fraxium wins, because I never have, and I probably will never like Johnny Gargano. We then get a promo from the former reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Women's World Champion, Roxanne. Now, at first, it seemed like she was cutting a babyface promo, talking about how all she wanted to do was prove that NXT had the best women's division in the world, and that I was the best women's wrestler on the planet. All right, and I was champion for over 276 days. The crowd then proceeds to glaze her. Roxanne was like, but after I lost my title at New Year's Eve to Julia, like, you people don't deserve me. NXT doesn't deserve me. She then gets interrupted by Triple B, Big Booty Bailey. She comes out, right? She says, like, and the crowd, she got a huge pop here in NXT. You're like, welcome back. Bailey was like, hey, listen, Rox, like, I know you lost your NXT Women's Championship to Julia at New Year's Eve. All right, you're at a crossroads in your career. All right, what you need to do is pick yourself back up, get back on a high horse, and prove why you are the best women's wrestler here in NXT. Roxanne was like, why the hell are you out here? Like, I don't need your damn advice. Bailey was like, well, that's rich, right? Because, like, the whole damn time, you needed my advice, especially when you're like a few inches shorter, which is crazy, back when you're 14 years old down in Austin, Texas. Roxanne was like, yeah, you set records down here and all that. That's good, but I eclipse those records. And you being out here just remind me of all the people I used to look up to, all my role models. And she mentioned CM Punk. I'm like, you still look up to him? I mean, like, I bet, like, I shit you not. You ask Roxanne Perez, hey, who's your top 3 greatest wrestlers of all time? She'll tell you, her and Cora Jade, they'll be like, number 1 is CM Punk, WWE. Number 2, CM Punk, ROH. Number 3, CM Punk, AEW. Too easy. Roxanne then says, like, maybe you're the one that should be looking up to me now as a role model. Which I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's one of the most craziest fucking statements she's ever said in her entire life. And the crowd no-sold it. Why? Because how the fuck are you gonna tell Bailey, who went on to WrestleMania, after winning the Royal Rumble, by the way, and beats Io to become the, SmackDown Women's World Champion? I'm just saying, in what world, what realm would Bailey ever look up to Roxanne Perez as a role model? Makes no fucking sense. Bailey then says, well, you know what, Roxanne? While you're stuck down here in NXT Purgatory because your head's so far up your own ass, I'm going to be busy whooping Tiffany Stratton's ass and becoming the next SmackDown Women's World Champion. Roxanne then says, what does the 5 fingers say in the face? Slaps the shit out of Bailey. Bailey then does a double leg takedown, and then that's it. It cuts off, and here comes the 10 o'clock news right on the dot. Because there is no overtime here in the CW network. All right, you gotta get your shit in before 10 o'clock, because that's it. Game over. And that's it for NXT this week. Alright, so let me know how you guys feel about this week's show. You know, what was your favorite match, favorite moment, all that good shit. Right? Love it, hate it, comment, subscribe to the channel, is all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and feedback from you guys. Right? Next video will be the AEW and TNA reviews. Then Genesis, I believe, is on Sunday, so I have some time for that. But I gotta do predictions for that. Probably put in community tab or some shit. But yeah, that's it. So wasting off your guys' time. With that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty. Most importantly, trust in God. I'm out of here. Till next time, adios.